Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Magical Maiden, and welcome to Magical Maiden's Jewelry Tutorials. So today I'm not actually doing this in front of you. I've already finished the project. Now this is another craft making earrings for the 4th of July, so bicentennial earrings using material. And this is the material that I showed you if you have watched my last few videos using material, where I made the geometric shape necklace, geometric shape earrings, and other earrings. So these are the earrings I just finished making. So I don't know if you're getting a good view of that. Now they're not on me because they're still drying. So I'm going to tell you what you'll need for this project and what you will do. So you don't actually have to see me make this. If you watched all my other videos on my jewelry tutorial playlist showing you how to cut out the material and whatnot, then you'll be able to do this. Okay, so what I did was I went to Hobby Lobby, and they're the size, I got these sheets, okay? And I got, obviously it's red, white, and blue, but it's silver, which is still good for that. And they're the size of a sheet of paper, 8 by 10, 8 by 11, and they're matte-like quality, okay? And then what I did was I flipped it over and I got a template of the shape that I wanted. And then I took a pen or a Sharpie, whatever you want, and I traced it. Now, with this, they have to be 3 different sizes: large, medium, and small. Okay, now these are pretty good size. I'm going to put it in my palm of my hand, see? See? It's a pretty good size. They're not really dry yet, so I don't want to wear them. So all I did was, after I traced that, now what you got to do is you got to do 2 sides. So it looks like this on the back. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there so you can get a view of how it looks like on the back. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I did for this. So you're going to cut out 4 shapes of each color, okay? Make sure they're the same size, and then what you're going to do is, after you've traced them, cut them out, put them together, and make sure, like, both of the red, both of the silver, both of the blue from back to back. So this way when you flip it over, it looks the same, actually. A little different, obviously, because of the layers, but that it will be just as nice on the back that it is in the front. Okay, otherwise it's going to look like this with the paper. So you've got to cut 4 of them out for a pair of earrings. The next thing you're going to need is some E6000 glue. I just got a new one yesterday from Hobby Lobby. So, but I was using up my old one, which you can see I use quite a bit. So you want to get some stir sticks and toothpicks to help you do this glue thing. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 halves, and you're only going to put glue on 1 half. Now don't put too much, but try to spread it so it's throughout, okay? Then you're going to place the other half on, and you're going to press, and then you're going to go along the sides. Okay, so I took this one, pretend there's another side. You're going to go along the sides to make sure that it's all smooth, and then press down and let dry for about 20 minutes. Now E6000 glue starts to set within 20 minutes, but you have time to play with it in the meantime. So when you're trying to position it, making sure they're the same size where they're lining up, then you will see if there's any sticking out of the white backing. You could trim it so that they match on both sides. once you do that, and then you let it sit for 20 minutes, because E6000 glue takes 24 hours to fully cure, but you have a little leeway, and in about 20 minutes it kind of adheres. But you do have leeway to move it. You don't want to use a glue gun. It'll be lumpy and bumpy, and you get all those strings. Not to mention that if you place it wrong, you're not going to have time to move it around. You won't be able to. Once you stick the other side, whether it's uneven or not, it's not going to budge, and you're going to have to trace and cut out. So I have my cat meowing for his lunch, so I might have to continue this in a moment. Okay, so once you got the pieces together, then you want to repeat that process with each one. And it should look like this on both sides. Okay? Then what you're going to do is, once you've got them all glued back to back, both reds, both silvers, both blues, and they're looking even, then what you're going to do is you're going to glue this half. Now they're all this shape. Is just the red, because it's red, white, and blue, but obviously I'm using silver in place of the white. And the silver, so the red will be the bigger one, silver will be the medium, and blue will be the small. And depending on how big you want to make your earrings, again, I made these, they're pretty sizable. See, this is my hand. I don't have a big hand, but here it is. I'd like to show you them on, but they're not dry yet. So then what I did was, after it dried, after I glued both sides, I did this at the same time, both earrings, so that I can make sure that it matched up. And you want to match up the points to each point, otherwise in the back it's going to look wonky. Okay, so the hardest part of this craft is making sure that you cut the template so that both sizes and both sides are the same exact size and shape. Otherwise it's going to look wonky. So then what you do is you take both of them and you get your silver one, you put a little glue on the bottom, okay, and then hold it. Don't put a lot of glue, but enough glue, and spread it, of the E6000, and then do the same for the blue. And do the same on this side, and make sure it all lines up over here. Make sure it all is the same amount of space. Otherwise it's not going to look correct. And remember to look on the back. Then what I would do is I would flip it face forward and put something heavy on it. Put like a piece of tin foil, and then put something heavy, whether it be books or what have you, and let it sit for 10-20 minutes. Then flip it back over, make sure that everything's even and okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to glue the backings. Now, what I did for that was, I had gotten a kit from Panda Hall. Some of the things in here don't belong, but it had earring templates that you make your own earrings, and they come in different sizes, and they have some big ones, but they also have some small ones. And you can use any kind of shape that you want. This particular one was this shape, okay? If you see, so I turned it over. I made sure the decorative side is facing up, and I let just this part peek out. And I put some E6000 glue all over it, and it's okay because it dries clear. And it might look a little globby, but it does dry clear. Put enough on there, don't worry. And then place it just so that you have this much peeking out over it. Okay, and that was this shape. I've done that before in another one. And you can use any kind. This was a 92-piece set from Panda Hall that I had gotten, and it had a bunch of different type of earrings to make, templates to make earrings, and that's one of them that I just glued here. Then again, I put After they were positioned, I let them sit for about 10 minutes. Then I put the foil again and put something heavy again and let it sit for about 25 minutes because you really want it adhering before you mess with it. And if you have any things that oozed off, you can just get a little toothpick and gently kind of pick it out. It kind of looks like the strings off of a glue gun. Then you want to flip it over. And before you do these earring fish hooks, I decided to use earring fish hooks, but they do have posts that you can glue to make post earrings if you prefer. But I'd rather do that. And you could poke a hole if you wanted to do that, and with a push pin, and then make it wider with the round nose pliers like I showed you on my other past few videos that I recently made using these materials, and that's all on my jewelry tutorial playlist. Just to make it wider, what you're going to need is some stickers. And some of you might remember me using these little, sorry about the noise, some of you might remember me using these little iridescent star stickers with some of the shooting star necklaces and pendants I had made. So anyway, getting back to this, these are the star iridescent stickers, but the glue isn't enough to really hold it. So this is the hard part because they are very tiny. You have to peel them gently as not to bend them. Then with 2 toothpicks, I got a little E6000 glue and I held it. Because this side is sticky, you can just simply peel and then on the sticky part put that, and then with the other one put a little glue, and then take it and put it down with your finger. Now a little bit is going to get around, but look, it's kind of like a glue gun where you get little residue and you can scrape that off gently. Once everything is completely dry, like the next day, use a Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol and then gently clean around where the glue got in the way so it doesn't dull the shine of your sparkly material. Okay, now I still have to do that to clean up, but you're gonna have to do this. This is like the second hardest part. The first hardest part is cutting all the shapes out and making sure that they're the same size, so when you put each thing together back to back that it matches up. And the other hard part is putting these little stars on, and just wherever you want to do it, because the glue on the sticker isn't enough. So then what you can do is again put your foil over it and put something heavy on it and let it sit there for 20-30 minutes or till the next day, and then you can attach your earring fish hooks, and that's it. And they're really sparkly, and you're going to really look festive for the 4th of July picnics and barbecues that you have out there. So here they are. They're all finished. I'm wearing them, and this is what they're going to look like once they're finished. So I love the size that I made because I have a lot of hair. It's long, and when I wear anything smaller, usually my earrings get lost in my hair. But as you can see, these are very noticeable, and they're really great for the 4th of July. So if you celebrate the 4th of July and you want to be very festive for the holidays, go ahead and make yourself a pair of these. Now it's very easy, like I said, just get those sheets. All you have to do are get these sparkly sheets in the felt section of Hobby Lobby, along with some star stickers. Now they're iridescent. I've used them before. Some of you have seen me use them to make shooting star pendants and other things. And they're very iridescent, and a little E6000 glue. And there it is. I just put them on with a toothpick and some E6000 glue. That was the hardest part. And look. So for the 4th of July, why don't you be stylish if you have any picnics to go to or anything? So that's it. And some of you might remember that I made this. It's simple. Now, if you want to make it for the 4th of July, you can get these pendant blanks. I got this at Hobby Lobby. And then I put a piece of the blue sparkle. I glued it, I cut it, I glued it with E6000 glue. I waited for it to dry. Now you could put some of these little stars on it if you just wanted to do that. But that's it. And you can also do the same thing with this pendant. Cut a red and then a silver and then just leave the blue at the top with some stars. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please share this with someone you know that might enjoy making this craft. Also, give it a like. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed, to subscribe now and click that notification bell so you're notified when I upload my newest content, because there's more to come. So if you also didn't see my review video with all the Bohemian bracelets, it's a 6-piece set. I kept a few for myself. I gave 2 to my sister, 1 to my neighbor, and that's the beauty of having a 6-piece set. You could, and they're individually wrapped, so go check it. It's in my review playlist, and that's it. So happy 4th of July to all of you. So I hope you enjoy the 4th of July, whatever you're doing. Look festive with some 4th of July earrings.